Mm. Excuse me there. Hello. Welcome. Greetings, Pathfinders. I'm your host, Dustin Knight, and welcome back to another edition of Booster Bestiary. Tonight, we are going to be cracking open one of these, or possibly more, booster packs, and picking a random card from them to turn into a Pathfinder 2 mechanic. Filling out our little bestiary that you could find online at our Discord at infinite.net. And as I get to cracking the packs, though, if anyone here has one that they see that they especially want to see open, go ahead and say it. I do want to go over a little bit of news now and at the end of the show. So first, I do want to bring up that the Brewmaster competition is still ongoing and looking for more entries. We are going to be going until April, I believe, 3rd, April 12th, April 2nd. So this Saturday. So you have up until Saturday to submit your custom-made domain. So me, Jefferson J. Thacker, and Gentleman GM will all be coming together and figuring out which one makes the cut and putting together this wonderful homebrew third-party book of all these entries sold on Pathfinder Infinite for charity. So go ahead, think of your focus spells, submit your domains, and whether or not domains are your thing, keep an eye on the Pathfinder 2e subreddit, because we will have plenty more categories for you to enter the continuing year-long Brewmaster Compendium competition. Also do want to point out, very exciting, the Outlaws of Alkenstar's player guide has been released. A lot of cool stuff in there. I know for one, I am super stoked to see how they handled the strange way magic works in the Mana Waste in Alkenstar. Spoiler alert, well, not really spoilers, but they basically, the city walls will keep the strange magic storms at bay mostly. And if they do happen, the players will have plenty of warning. So you could still play a caster. And also just tons of awesome information about Alkenstar in that guide. Honestly, whether or not you're playing the AP, if you've ever wanted to learn more about Alkenstar, it's a great, free, awesome product to pick up at paizo.com. There's some cool Pathfinder Infinite releases too. I'm loving Mika's Draw's Daikitsu stock art. I saw the Samurai archetype the other day, and I still haven't checked it out yet, but I can't wait to. And Heroic Crafting is still up there on the newest Infinite titles, and I did a thorough review of that on Friday, interviewing Patrick Rainey. So go ahead and check out that interview on my video on demand or my YouTube channel. But for now, we are going to go ahead and do ourselves some booster pack cracking. So let's just go ahead and get my trusty D6. And a 1. Awesome. So we'll be opening a Legend of the Five Rings Gates of Chaos pack. So it's one of the last sets for the classic Legend of the Five Rings, or old 5R as people tend to call it on social media now. It was a fun set. Kind of the dark god of creation, Panku. Not dark, but he was like the dragon that existed before anything else, and the existence of other things kind of led him to go insane. But he was channeled by some villains in the Empire to use his power to become other people and lead their enemies astray. And created all this kind of madness that flew through the Empire. So it allowed a lot of players were able to get their favorite characters if they wanted, and get them recruited to this kind of cult of madness. So we got a lot of insane variants of people's favorite characters. It was a pretty fun set. I enjoyed it a lot. All right, so let's get the autofocus working on this, shall we? Come on. There we have it. So Mukudori's Wisdom. Oh yes, there's also the Fudo, which was a variation on the traditional religion of the Empire, kind of a pseudo Buddha, There's this very explicit esoteric Buddhist cult it was pseudo based on that I don't want to misremember the actual name of, but some very fascinating history there, and how it how they work in with Chinese history. All right, so. Here it's just it's somebody's wisdom, it's their teachings. It's not much there, unless we get a ring card. There's not much we could do with that. Yogo Nobukai. He is a samurai yojimbo bodyguard of the Scorpion clan. He can make somebody a little less forceful. He can lower somebody's attack and damage. Okay, yeah, that sounds like something a bodyguard would do. A little boring, but he is a common card. Uncovering treasures, yep, you could go on a treasure hunt. That's not necessarily something I would give to a creature. I'm not sure how we'd mechanicize that in PF2 without coming up with a whole, like, treasure hunt system. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Like, a hexploration treasure hunt downtime system would actually be pretty cool, but I think that is beyond the scope of a 30-minute show. Ide Hinobu, he was a courtier. They're like the politicians of the Unicorn Clan. The Ide were the merchants. They were kind of the steep merchants who they did trade with people outside the Empire, which very, very few clans did. Only the Unicorn and the Mantis would ever do that. Map of the Northern Colonies. Okay, it's a map. Yep. It lets you be more prepared for the terrain you're entering in case there are any hazards ahead. That could be something. Kao Sokakaze. He's a tactician, a siege general. You could give him some abilities from the artillerist archetype, I suppose, but there's not much. Too much. NPCs, and maybe an NPC ally. I'm not inspired by that. Defensive formation. Give 1 to 3 of your personalities defending +2 force. Okay, that could be something. A defensive formation. I could see that on NPCs. It's usually something PCs would want though, but that works. Suzumu Haikaro. He is a courtier. We're getting a lot of courtiers. That's weird for this set. I didn't think there were that many. But he's a courtier from the Spider Clan who does not die due to battle resolution. Because he's like, you know, in his Palacry, I forget what those are called now, but in his little wagon there. So he's a politician, so people aren't really going to try to kill him. Again, not too easy. It's not that. It's not something we'd want to put in mechanics. That's a story element. That'll be something like you tell the PCs that a character, he is a politician and this is an urban adventure. You might not want to kill him. Spawn of Vitrika? Vricta? I don't know how to pronounce that. Well, it is a follower. They attach to personalities. They're like minions. That would be kind of cool to make a minion like this. It does a big range attack. It spits a big thing of water, it looks like. That's it. These accursed beasts destroy water with their very presence. Destroy them wherever you find them and pray we never encounter their progenitor. Oh, so like a blue dragon. It destroys water, but it's like less, it's more bestial. That's kind of cool. So we can do something like this with a summon. I do like making monsters that were intended to be summons. I think that's a really fun niche. Currently, that's my favorite card with this, actually. Glassworks, it's splashy big glass. And camel mounts. It's a camel. Only attaches to a human. It has cavalry, and it can move people around. So, yeah, we already have camels in PF2, so I'm not too big on that. So we're going to go ahead with the spawn of Vricta. So let's go ahead and go here to our website focus. Yes. All right. So last week we made, or 2 weeks ago, last time on Booster Bestiary, we made a Stoutland. It was pretty fun. I don't like in retrospect, I'm not a big fan of using low to hit and fatal for coin flip for additional damage. I don't think that was the best option we could have done, but live and learn. These are made live in 30 seconds just to kind of test our design chops, and it's good to learn a lesson like that. I'm still not 1,000,000% sure. I think I would have just ignored the coin flip and admitted that, like, that's how tabletop role-playing games work, is you could crit sometimes, and that's cool and all that. So I wasn't a big fan of that design. But that's okay, because we have a totally different design coming on here, and I am going to quickly look. Spawn of Vree. Spawn of Vree. Come on. Oh, you need full words. Yes, you do. That's weird. All right. Copy image link. Let's find here the Stoutland. There we have it. The spawn of Vrika. Vritra. Spawn of Vritra. Very cool. Very cool. Not too sure what a spawn of Vitra is, though. Vitra. I think it's a sea serpent. Sanskrit. It's a Vedic serpent. Dragon or demon in Hinduism, the personification of drought. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. So this is a thing. That's cool. Appears as a human-like serpent blocking the course of rivers. Okay. In this case, it's a spawn of him, so it's not Vrikta, the demon, or the Ashura. So it's a spawn of an Ashura. That's pretty cool. I gotta admit, that's really cool. All right, so I'm gonna look up Ashura real quick in 2E and see exactly what they tend to get. Oh, I could just put it in here actually under type. Let's give it the Ashura trait and see what Monster Builder says we should add in with an Ashura. They don't say anything. Well, they're immune to curses, that's for sure. Okay, they tend to have weakness good, so we'll do that. I'm not sure if I should give a spawn of an Ashura the Ashura trait or not. I guess I could. I guess we might as well. Sea Serpent, Pathfinder 2E. Oh, first, though, we have to determine the level. The gold cost of this person is 8, but we're doing levels based on summons. So this would probably be a fiendish summon. Sea Serpents tend to be a level 12 uncommon creature, so they can't usually be summoned. So let's go ahead and check out the Summoner decks. The Summon decks. Fox's Cunning. I'm checking out my own article here to see what level 12 monsters, if those are not worth getting or if they're worth getting. I think level 12 is usually level 6 heightened. No, it's even higher than that. It's like level 8. Oof, it is level 8, level 9, 9th level spells, I mean. So it is a high level summon spell. I'm going to lower that quite a bit, because I like these to actually see play. Let's make it a 5th level summon spell, which would make this a level 5 creature. I'm cool with that. So let's do this as summon. I don't know, this thing's kind of demonic, isn't it? Like Devane, Celestials, Fiend. Maybe a Fiend. We're going to look here to see what's the weakest level for Summon Fiend. Is actually 4th. Because they have Shadow's a really good Summon Fiend. There's some... Oh, that's Undead. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong list. Fiend. Okay, so what level for Summon Fiend really needs the most help? I think it's 7th. 6th has Babao, which is pretty good. 7th doesn't have much. 5th actually is pretty bad too. They're just the default 5th. But I think I want higher than 5th. 5th has some good stuff. Let's go with 7th. Yeah. So a level 7th summon would in fact be level 9 creatures. Up to level 9. So we'll want to make this a level 9 Sea Serpent. Cool. That would make this a... let's just make this a beast. A beast with the Ashura trait. That's fine. It's weird, but I could deal with that. Ashura, I believe, are evil. Lawful evil. Cool. So, lawful evil. Let's make this a level 9. Cool. Ashura. Definitely Gargantuan. Definitely Gargantuan. Level 9. Should we give this any intelligence, I wonder? It is the spawn of. Normally, sea serpents are mildly intelligent, even though they're animals. That's kind of weird. They have a -4 instead of -5. Oh, animals usually have that. It's a beast, so yeah, some intelligence. I think we'll give it Infernal Cannot Speak, so it can still take orders from the Ashura. Oh, hello there, Chaos Lover 56. Let's see. So let's give this Infernal Cannot Speak. That's fine. And then just gonna give it right off the bat -3 intelligence. It's not that smart, but it's smart enough. Let's give this the same kind of layout as a sea serpent, which would be high strength, higher con. So strength, con, dex, wisdom is how a sea serpent does it. So let's go ahead and give it +7, +6, +4, +2, and +0. There we are on ability scores. That's pretty high ability scores, actually. Not too absurdly high. I mean, that strength value is extreme. Let's lower that. There we go. Lower the strength index. There we go. That feels better. And then AC, usually sea serpents have, let's not look at sea serpents then. Yeah, usually sea serpents have like, what, 210 hit points and 35 AC for a level 12 character. So they tend to be moderate hit points and high AC. So we're going to do that here for this. So let's give it high AC would be 28. What would extreme be? 31. Let's give it 29. Is pretty high. And then hit points will remain at moderate at 155. I would have thought the opposite. Honestly, I feel like a sea serpent should be pretty easy to hit. I guess it has tough scales. Yeah, it has tough scales. Look at that guy. He has tough scales. The spawn of Vitra. Oh, I definitely got to give this like aquatic or something. Why doesn't the default sea serpent have aquatic, I wonder? You think it would. It lives in the ocean. It has a swim speed. Or is this thing like a land serpent now that I look at it a little bit more? I guess it's both. So let's not give it aquatic or earth. Let's just keep it like that. We do have to give it weakness. Let's give it 10. What is an Azura at level 7? This is level 9, so it will be a little higher than that. Usually Azura is good. Let's give it 7. Let's give it weakness, good, 7. That's fine. It will be immune to curses because it is an Azura. It will also get... They tend to have telepathy, but this thing can't speak, so that's fine. It's just the spawn of an Azura anyway, so it's not gonna need. It doesn't need to talk back. It could hear the Azura. It doesn't need to talk back. Let's go ahead and give this thing dark vision for sure. And plus 18 is fine for perception. Perception shouldn't be that high. It will need high athletics for sure. So let's go ahead and give it plus 21 athletics, which will be a plus 23 to swim. Swim or burrow, I suppose. Well, I guess you don't use athletics to burrow, so it doesn't really need that. Stealth should also be high, because this thing is pretty sneaky. Stealth is actually higher than athletics on the original sea serpent. That's interesting. So apparently they are, in fact, a stealthy, ambushy predator creature, which I like that a lot. It makes sense for something that burrows, too. I'm going to give it speed now, actually, for offense. It will have 20 feet land speed, swim 40 feet, and burrow 30 feet. There we go. For attacks, it will have jaws, tail, and definitely... Is this thing even doing a water spout, or is it like a sand spout? Because it destroys water with their very presence. So I guess it's more like a sand spout. It's a range attack, which in L5R means like range attack. Yes. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do melee. We will definitely give it a jaws. We will give it a tail. The tail should have agile and reach. So agile, reach 30 feet. The jaws should have reach 20 feet. And I gotta remember, this is a summon, so I have to think, like, what makes this useful as a summon? Because usually by this level, you're not even using these to attack with. Which makes me think I still might want to do... It makes me think I still might want to do, like, a range attack. Like a water spout. Because that would give it some utility out of combat. If your characters are starving, it could produce water, I suppose. Which I know isn't great, but it's not terrible. Spawn of Vitra. Because they don't destroy the water around you, so that's not useful either. So let's do Sand Spout. Which we will give it the Brutal, Range, Increment, 100 feet, Earth traits. The Sand Spout will do 2d8 plus 11. Yeah, that works. 2d8 plus 11 bludgeoning, plus what do you call it? Like sand blindness, Sirocco. What'd you call when you blind somebody? Try to blind somebody with sand. Sandstorm. No. Plus, yeah, Sandstorm. We'll just call it that for now. Their special abilities, I gotta make an ability called Sandstorm, which will be Earth trait, and it is the blast of sand from a spawn of Victra can blind a target. Subjects a target to its, I gotta look up now, Blue Dragon Pathfinder 2e. What do you call the ability of a blue dragon to get rid of water? Desert Thirst? Sure, I'll call it that. Subjects its target to its Desert Thirst ability. And can potentially blind it. Cool. Blast sand from Sonavitra subjects the target to its Desert Thirst ability and can potentially blind it. I don't like that. The blast of sand from a spawn of Victra's sand spout. Targets hit by a spawn of Victra's sand spout must make a DC 25, 26. What is the spell DC on this thing? If it's high, 28. So let's say 26. Targets hit by a spawn of Victra's sand spout must make a DC 26 Fortitude save. On a failure, the target is blinded until they spend an action to remove the sand from their eyes. On a critical failure, the target is... On a failure or critical failure, the target is blinded. On a critical failure, the target is also subjected to Desert Thirst. Woo! Desert Thirst! We're going to do this just like a blue dragon. I like that idea. So, Desert Thirst. There we go. The spawn of Victra destroys liquid around its body. Destroys... Yeah, destroys liquid around its body. Turning it into sand. Cool. This is much bigger than Desert Thirst, actually, because Desert Thirst is usually only create water. This is, let's make this Divine Transmutation, because this is a... It's not an action, though. It just happens. It's passive. We should make this an aura. So yeah, let's make this an aura. So let's do this as an aura, which would be... I gotta give the aura trait. There we go. Aura. Let's make this... How big is this thing? Let's make this 20 feet. Spawner Victor... let's make this... That's too strong. Let's make this 10 feet. Spawner Victor destroys liquid around his body, turning it into sand. This destroys... liquid magic or alchemical items if they're of a lower level than the spawn of Victra, which I gotta write that down as their name. Spawn of Victra. A creature can attempt a DC 28 will save to protect all liquids in its possession. This doesn't affect the liquids in a creature's body. Perfect. Love it. I love it. I love it some more. Plus Sandstorm. Actually, I don't think it needs to blind. I think I could just do Bludgeoning plus Desert Thirst on that range attack. I'm getting rid of Sandstorm. This has utility now to summon. You could do Sandstorm stuff with it. You could make, Desert Thirst stuff. You can make liquids disappear. That's a pretty cool summon. You could do a lot with that. Let's give this thing, let's see. The jaws and tail should have the same bonus, but the tail should be a little weaker because it has agile. That's fine. In that case, let's go ahead and give this jaws attack. Let's do 3d10 plus 7. Plus 6, because 6 is the strength modifier. I like that. And then for this, we'll do 2d10 plus 6. Yeah, that works. Piercing plus grab. Piercing plus grab, because we like grab on our summoned monsters. Grab is really cool on a summon. We'll give it capsize is useful on a summoned creature, and sea serpents get it, so why not? The spawn of Victra attempts to capsize an aquatic or medium or smaller sized land vehicle. An aquatic vessel or a medium or smaller sized land vehicle. Let's say large. Land vehicle of its size or smaller that it's adjacent to. Oh, I don't need to put size in. Let's just say aquatic vessel or yeah, or land vehicle. I like the idea of it capsizing land vehicles if it burrows. It must succeed at an athletics check with a DC of 35 or the pilot's sailing lore. Sailing or piloting lore DC, whichever is higher. Cool. Then we have constrict, which isn't great on a summon, but the actual sea serpent hasn't, and it's not bad. So let's just give it constrict. 1d10 plus 6. Bludgeoning. That's fine. Let's give it a spine rake is fun. I like spine rake. I'm gonna give it a spine rake. You can't stop me from giving this thing a spine rake. I love spine rake. If you've ever used a sea serpent before, spine rake's a really fun attack, as you will soon see. The spawn Vritra extends the spines along its back and swims, burrows, or strides. Each creature the spawn is adjacent to at any point during its movement takes, let's say, 4d6 plus 6. No, let's say 3d6 plus 6. Yeah. 3d6 plus 6 slashing damage. DC 28 basic reflex save. Cool. We gotta give this thing a swallow whole because it's cool and useful and flavorful and I love it. Attack. The swallow whole should do 2d10 plus 6. No, it should do less than that. 1d10 plus 6. Bludgeoning. Rupture. I'm going to say 20. Huge. I think 20 might be too high for rupture. It should be like 18. We'll give it 18. Alright. And I want to give this some ability that lets it be an attractive... Well, the Desert Thirst is actually really cool for a summon. Yeah. Having bludgeoning is really good on a summon. Or having, not bludgeoning, having burrow is instantly good on a summon. Cool. Oh, I forgot to put tabs. There we go. Looking over, making sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, saves. I missed saves. How dare I? I am so sorry. I missed saves. We give it high fort and medium reflex and will. Yeah. Just high, not extreme. So... 18 and 18. Cool. Good save. Decent saves. It's not going to actually... It's a summon, so it's not really going to be able to save against anything, unfortunately. That is the unfortunate truth here. Let's give it an acrobatics. Let's give it an intimidate. It can't intimidate. It knows... It can't intimidate. Occultism, performance... it's fine with all that. I think we're good to go then on this Spawn of Vitra, which is right on time. There is no Arcane Mark today, I hate to say. You can check out the Roll for Combat YouTube channel. Had a thing on third-party products on YouTube. You could go ahead and check that out. I saw the first half or so, and I still got to see the rest of it. You could also check out my interview on Heroic Crafting last Friday. I also do want to announce, once again, that I have a really cool interview with Alexandra Gunas, looking over Starfinder Species Reforged, which is out. I think it's out today or tomorrow. I think it's out today, right now. This book honestly changes everything. Like, for me, at least, when it comes to, like, ancestry, race, species, whatever you want to call it, that element of your character. This is the high bar. This is the new high bar for me. Like, Pathfinder 2 was good, like having ancestry feats the way they had them, and heritages you could apply to ancestries. Oh, that's really cool. That's really good. But Starfinder Species Reforged takes that to the next level. Stuff like universal talents and using character feats for talents and everything else. It's just really good. Like, it makes me want to, like, go back, and it makes, if there is such thing as Pathfinder 2.5, I hope they take a look at some of the ideas from here, because this is impressive. It's amazing. It's awesome. It has become the second most important Starfinder book in my catalog now, after, of course, Core. It's really good. And I will be interviewing him on Friday. So check out here. It will be rebroadcast on Twitch official Paizo. That will be at 4 Pacific, I believe. Wow, how did I forget my own time there? Give me 1 second to double check the time in case people watching have a calendar like I tend to do. You can check out my Discord at infinite.net, and there is a post there with the ad describing this completely. 3 o'clock. It is at 3 o'clock on... No, that was the old one. Yes, it's at 4. It's at 4 o'clock on Pacific. 4 o'clock Pacific. If you check out my Discord at infinite.net, I have a thread there under show discussion where I'm asking people, what species do you want to see talked about from Starfinder Species Reforged? So if you have a favorite species from Starfinder Species Reforged that you want us to talk about, go ahead and post it there. We'll also be taking suggestions from chat. Chat will have priority on our suggestions. So come live if you want a preview of your favorite Starfinder or converted Pathfinder ancestry in the world of Bloodspace. Ancestry or species, I should say. Species or heritage. There's a lot of really cool ones in there. Full disclosure, I did write some stuff in there. I wrote the Tengu, the Kamikawa, the Oniwaka, and the Thrine. The Thrine is like or Spathrine, which is like a person made up of a swarm of little insects. The Kamiwaka and Oniwaka are half Kami and half Oni heritages. Half is kind of weird to say it, but influenced by, kind of like the Tiefling equivalent or Asimar equivalent of someone touched by Oni or Kami. As those play a big role in our Starfinder campaign. I forgot to put attack modifiers on this. Oh, that's embarrassing. Let's go ahead and give Jaws a plus 21 and give Tail a plus 21 as well. And let's give Sandspout also a plus 21. There we have it. Desert Thirst as an aura. I feel like I should give it a different name since it's not functioning exactly as Desert Thirst. Let's call it Curse of Vitra. I like that. Okay, cool. Glad I caught that last minute before ending the show. Oh, so once again, thank you everybody for showing up. This was fun. I'm thinking of possibly doing like a Pokemon. Probably be mostly Gen 1 and Gen 2, but like a do people's favorite Pokemon stats live. I think that might be really fun for people. And be a nice little break from just opening booster packs. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and call me out on my Discord at infinite.net. Yes, faceless Pikachus. Because I had a lot of fun making Stoutland last time from the cards, and I know, there's so much you remember so much lore from playing the Pokemon games, and they're such evocative creatures that they would be fun to convert. Like, I know Luis Loza converted the base 3 starters and all their evolutions on an article about a year ago on No Direction. But it would be nice to have some more. And once again, for shout outs, check out Heroic Crafting last Friday. Check out the Alkenstars player guide, has been posted to Paizo.com. It's a great player's guide. Like, it has so much information on Alkenstar that it's like a mini product in and of itself. And if you were ever interested in playing, Outlaws of Alkenstar, of course, it's a necessary reading. If you're not sure if you want to play it or not, it will give you more information about the campaign. And once again, go to Pathfinder 2E subreddit, and I'll post a link there in chat, as the Brewmaster Compendium contest is still ongoing, and we are still accepting entries up until Saturday. We are looking for people to make their own Pathfinder 2E domains. So submit us your unique custom domains. You just need those focus spells and a list of, spells granted and whatnot. And the best of the best will be posted for some public review, and the best out of those, judged by me, Jefferson J. Thacker, also known as Param, and the gentleman DM, will be choosing our favorites, and they will be added to the Brewmaster Compendium, which will be a Pathfinder Infinite product that will be sold entirely for charity. You will also get a custom tag on the subreddit, and we will decide what the charity is together as a subreddit community. So thank you all for that. Thank you for showing up. This was a wonderful show. Thank you especially to all my subscribers. Once again, please make sure to check our Discord, infinite.net. And remember, there's infinite possibilities with Infinite Booster Bestiary.